Hey everyone, Joshua Shore with you. Lauren Moss here as well in our WNDU newsroom right now. This is 2:08 Eastern Time. We've got a lot that we're following here on this Tuesday afternoon.
Of course, anxieties are a little high, right? After Friday, we had severe storms. Several tornadoes roll through our area, hitting southwest Michigan especially hard.
Yeah.
And now we have that threat for another round of severe weather tonight. But we don't want to scare you. We want to prepare you. So that's why we decided to stream.
And that's why we have First Alert Weather Days. On a day like this and days like this, so important to make sure that you are ready to go for if things do turn dangerous out there. And with that, we don't want to say too much more because, of course, the expert meteorologist Andrew Whitmire joins us now. Andrew, you're just getting new data in. Walk us through that new data that's behind you and then the latest models on what's to come tonight.
Yes, let's go ahead and check this out here. I just got in here into work this afternoon. A brand new flood watch has just been issued for most of northern Indiana and the extreme southwest portion of southwestern Michigan. I want to pull up this rainfall map for tonight. There's some indications here that we could be looking at later on tonight, maybe 1 to 2 inches of rain per hour. So if you're out driving around Michiana later tonight, the closer we get towards midnight and even into the very early morning hours of Wednesday, there's likely to be standing water on many Michiana roadways. Here's just a projection of how much total rainfall could fall, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rain throughout the entire viewing area really in Michiana. So what about the threat here for severe weather? We were stating last night that if we saw a lot of cloud cover for today, that was good news, as that was up to overall lower at least the significant chance of severe weather. We've stayed pretty cloudy here in Michiana, but there is some sunshine right now, still off to our west around portions of Illinois. Now, what is different about this cloud cover? Typically in the summertime, this would mean that, hey, our severe weather chance is completely squashed here. But check out this graphic here, and we're going to zoom in here on Michiana. It's already warm for March. Our normal high this time of year is in the lower 40s. It's 61 degrees in South Bend, 66 in Plymouth, and nearing 70 degrees right now down in Rochester. There's a little bit of a lake front coming off of Lake Michigan, northerly wind. That's pushing the cooler weather over Lake Michigan right now for our lakeshore communities. It's in the 40s right now if you're within about a 5-10 mile radius of Lake Michigan. The other thing that I don't know if I've got the graphic in here, but it also is humid outside as well for early March. So we're already warm for March standards. We already have the extra humidity by March standards as well. So yes, the cloud cover is out there right now across Michiana. I'm hoping that we stay cloudy. I think overall that will help lower at least the intense storms in the area. But by no means are we out of the woods due to the fact that we already have the moisture around and we already have the warm temperatures for most of the area. So here's what to expect here. This is brand new data coming into First Alert Weather. I'll kind of move this off for you here. This evening is our greatest chance to see long track tornadoes in Michiana. This is the graphic you need to pay attention to. Tuesday evening, anytime from around 6 p.m. through about 10 p.m., we're going to be on alert for a few supercells. And these supercells will rotate with this warm front and will lead to tornado warnings. The data so far suggesting that the best chance of this is mainly south of the state line. The closer you get towards the US 20 bypass, US 30, that's where the chances really start to go up. So we're going to be monitoring this situation very closely for this evening. It's not a widespread threat, but wherever we have 1 or 2 of those supercells moving through a portion of the area, we're going to be on alert for those to lead to tornadoes. And some of those tornadoes could potentially be on the ground for a while. So this is something that our First Alert Weather team is going to continue to monitor. We're also going to monitor the threat for some very large hail. I think with some of these supercells, we could have some hailstones. Picture a baseball. We could have hailstones maybe as large as baseball size, but I think they'll average the size of a golf ball. Now, the threat is not over just yet. I mentioned that the supercell threat is likely more isolated than widespread, but check out what happens. As we approach Tuesday night, the closer we get towards midnight, a gusty line of storms moves through the area, a widespread line of storms. What this will mean is potentially some of you being woken up at 11, midnight, 1 a.m. for severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings. The tornado threat will lower just a touch, but it's still going to be elevated for more of those quick spin up type of tornadoes that we're going to have to first alert you to. That will be along this gusty line of storms moving through. And it is tonight with this gusty line of storms to bring with it our greatest chance of some flash flooding, where we could be looking at 1 to 2 inches at least per hour. Now I want to take you with the latest data with First Alert Weather Future Track here, and I'm going to walk you through this here as we kind of take you hour by hour. It's 2 o'clock right now with this recording Eastern time. Want to show you what it looks like at 3 p.m. Few areas of some drizzle around Michiana, but pretty quiet. And in fact, I'm going to kind of see if I can widen. I don't think it's going to allow me to widen it out here. But what I want to show you is at 4 p.m., about 2 hours from now, we start to get some thunderstorm development over in Illinois. This is the area where it's been pretty sunny all day. That's a supercell that feeder track is trying to highlight, picking up around Kankakee around 4 or 5 p.m. It can give or take an hour or two here with what First Alert Weather feeder track is showing here. Tries to move in a few supercells west of US 31, somewhere around North Judson, Knox, maybe around Winnemac, Francisville area. We're going to be on alert to have a few of these supercells potentially entering your areas, northwest Indiana, if you will, as early as around 6 p.m. So that's something we're going to continue to watch here in First Alert Weather, exactly where those supercells do set up. And watch this here. This is this gusty line of storms. The closer we get towards midnight, this is a line of storms. Will lower the tornado threat, but there will still likely be a few tornado warnings, a few tornadoes that could be possible right on the leading edge of this as this moves through the area. And look at the timestamp here. This is when a lot of folks are in bed. It's a school night. It's Tuesday night, so we are going to be here for you all night long in First Alert Weather. Josh and Lauren, I sent you guys a text earlier this morning. I said I think we're likely to go under a tornado watch potentially as early as 4, 5, or 6 p.m. I still think that's the case. I think sometime in the next few hours, the closer we get towards 6 p.m., could be as early as 4 p.m. I think we're going to go under a tornado watch for a portion of the area. So that's something we're going to continue to monitor with the latest data, and we'll keep you updated here in First Alert Weather.
So we're going to take a break in a second, but we want to mention some breaking news we've just got literally by on Facebook, just searching through the web, because that's what we do here. We try to be where you are, right? And we know everybody's digital nowadays, and that's why we're bringing you this coverage here. We want to bring up something that is a little bit concerning to us. So today there's a statewide tornado testing, siren testing specifically. You may have heard those sirens. That is not to be confused with what will happen tonight. That testing, for the most part, at least in the northern part of Indiana, is done. I see you got a graphic there. You see what time that was for earlier. But Andrew, this is important here. In Elkhart County, specifically in particular, Balgo Township, based on that testing, it was discovered that both tornado sirens in Balgo Township are not working. They are not functioning right now. And so on a night like this, that is not good news. So I'm going to read you what the township said. Actually, if you can pick up where you see it says residents at, Lauren, because you just saw this as well on social media. Look at this here.
They're asking residents who have a NOAA weather radio. You're encouraged to test that out. Make sure that that's working properly. Also, make sure your phones, all your cell phones, are charged before you go to bed tonight. And make sure those emergency notifications are on and that you're set to receive them, because this is so important. With the sirens not working, you want to make sure you get those emergency alerts if it comes in your area.
Really quickly, one more thing, Andrew, if I can say that, and thank you for bringing up that. That is so important. I was just about to talk about the weather app. Napanee saying they've got shelters now for folks who need to seek shelter, because you talked about that shift, if you will. We're still under the same watches and somewhat warnings that are expected to come. But you talked about things shifting a little bit, including some of our southern counties now. So now we're seeing Napanee saying that they've got these shelter locations ready to go. They've listed about 6 of them. Wow. We'll make sure to share that on our Facebook pages as well. I know Lauren just shared the thing about Balgo Township. And last thing, we've already got our first sports update tonight. This is from Oregon Davis School Corporation. They say the junior high swim meet at Bremen tonight, and then the 5-6 girls basketball game at home tonight are canceled due to possible weather. Yeah. We're starting to see the impacts of all these warnings. And this is good news, because that means people are watching us right now. Right, Andrew?
Yeah, that's some good news. And again, let's hope that we don't have any severe weather, and this is just an extra precaution. But again, we're seeing a lot of the dynamics and a lot of the energy there, even with the cloud cover, for some big time thunderstorms to still impact at least a portion of the area. Real quick, before we let you go real quick for this quick break here, just want to briefly touch on the free WNDU First Alert weather app. If you have that downloaded right now, go ahead and pull out your phone here and walk through this with me. I want to make sure that your notifications are set up properly. So what you want to do, open the First Alert weather app. You'll see the home screen pop up. Literally, the first thing you should be able to see is kind of the temperature, if you will, in your location. There should be 3 dotted lines that you can tap on the right-hand corner of your screen. Go ahead and tap on those 3 lines right now. What that'll do is open up a page of settings here. We've got location, settings, privacy, and help here. And click on the settings button. So again, the 3 lines in the upper right hand of your corner of your screen, click that right now. then click on settings. What that will do is then open you up to notification sounds. Make sure that this here is green or turned on. What that will do is allow notifications to come in to your smartphone from the free WNDU First Alert weather app. We're not just talking about watches and warnings for your location, but whenever we feel the need that you need to be alerted of something this evening, your smartphone will go off. And if we get into a situation where we have to live stream continuously, and if you need to take shelter, or even if you have family and friends in the path of that dangerous storm, you can live stream us right from your smartphone, no matter where you're at.
Okay, we appreciate this. We appreciate you. Stand by. We're going to take a quick break, really quick break. We will be back with a look at what's to come tomorrow. We know a lot of people are worried about, okay, we've got a cold front coming through. What does that mean for temperatures?
Quite a difference.
Quite a difference. Yeah. You're going to feel that, but it is humid right now. We're going to have all that with Andrew coming up in about 90 seconds. Stay there, everyone. Andrew to the conversation as well. I want to read one more thing because this could be, this is Marshall County, Bremen, according to Bremen Police. We are having problems with some of our tornado sirens as well.
Oh, wow.
So again, they will be testing them this afternoon, but again, Andrew, I guess this is more of a concerning thing to talk about when it's a day like today. That's why they do this testing, right? We don't want to be accusatory in any way, but that's why they do this testing to make sure.
And there are other steps you can take at home to make sure you and your family are prepared and safe.
Right, so let's go ahead and talk about this tornado siren here. I developed this graphic a few years ago. It's always a great reminder that unless you're really outdoors, there's no need to rely on the tornado sirens with today's technology. They're not meant to be heard inside. They're not meant to wake you up. They're not sounded by the National Weather Service, so each county, and sometimes within the county, it's up to each individual police department or fire department to sound off the siren. So you get some cases where one community could say, hey, we're not going to sound the siren unless there's a tornado warning, and then you could have another community that says, hey, even if we've got a gust of 60 miles per hour, severe thunderstorm, we're going to sound the siren. So there's inconsistencies there with that as well. So it's really only meant for people outdoors. So that's what we want to encourage you again to please make sure you have the free WNDU First Alert weather app downloaded. And with the threat of tornadoes for tonight, we want to make sure that again you know where to go in the event if a tornado warning is issued for your area. Again, it's better to be prepared and not scared. Let's hope that nothing happens tonight and we're just getting you prepared for severe weather season. But I think there's enough energy there that we're going to be in for a long night for many Michiana communities. So if you have a house right now, the lowest level is your best place to go. If you've got a basement or a storm cellar, that's option one. Option two is an interior room, either a closet or an interior bathroom that does not have any windows. It's also a good reminder to put on a pair of shoes before you go take shelter, due to the fact that if there was any debris from any tornado, you're not now stepping out on that debris barefooted and you'll have some protection on your foot. If you're in a mobile home, Get out and seek sturdy shelter if you can. That's going to be your best case scenario. These can be thrown around like tin cans. And this actually led to those deaths up in Union City, Michigan, where those were the 3 dead. They were picked up in their mobile home, and that tornado just whipped it around like a toy car. Now, what if you're in a dorm or if you're in an apartment building, high-rise building? Where do you go? An interior hallway on the lowest floor is your option away from windows. So I hope that kind of helps, again, kind of break down what to do. I have this right now on my Facebook page. It's on WNDU.com right now, so you can share that with your family and friends. Whether or not your community is impacted for tonight, these are just great reminders that you can have as we start to ramp up severe weather season.
Well, Lauren and I are going to be with you all day long, and of course the First Alert Weather Team are going to be with you whether or not you want them to or not. If you got the app, they're going to be in your pocket the entire day, and this is why we want to keep you safe, and it's so important to do that. You see here, WND.com/live stream. You can watch us here. We're going to do another update in less than an hour from now, just after 3 o'clock. We're going to interrupt some programming here wherever you stream, just so you have the very latest information, because there's a lot of new information coming in, and then obviously there's always brand new information right at 4 o'clock.
And as I mentioned, Andrew, I think everyone's anxieties, I think it's fair to say, a little heightened after Friday, right? People are very weather aware, hopefully today. But it's a concern.
Yeah, it is. And
it is a concern, and I'll go ahead and real quick read this from the National Weather Service. Just put this out as well. Strong to severe thunderstorms likely tonight with the potential for very large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes. Best chance is along and north of US 24 in Indiana up into southwestern Michigan. Also the potential for heavy rain, localized flash flooding tonight into Wednesday morning, and the best chance for flash flooding across the northern tier of Indiana and southwestern Michigan.
It's a very area of bullseye we've been talking about really for the last few nights, and here it is. Really quickly, can I just ask you, where are we right now on that enhanced level? Are we at a 3 or a 4? I know some people have been commenting, asking where we are right now. I think in some of our southern viewing area, you're looking at it right here. This is exactly what I wanted you to show.
Yeah, so here in the First Alert Weather, we try to narrow it down to 3 levels here. Kind of think of like a stoplight, green, yellow, red, if you will. Most of us are kind of in this widespread threat here for severe weather. Again, we're going to be on alert. I want you to be on alert anytime after 4 p.m. I think, though, the really threat, though, doesn't really increase until it starts to get dark outside. But just be extra aware of the sky. Know what to do in case a warning was issued for your area as early as 4 or 5 o'clock. Hail, few tornadoes, and damaging wind is likely tonight across all of the WNDU viewing area. That includes northern Indiana and southwestern Michigan. The best way you can stay prepared, keep the WNDU First Alert Weather app handy. We will let you know the second that we need to break into programming. So even if you're out doing something with the kids, having dinner at the table, we'll send that push alert to your smartphone, and that will allow you to, again, jump right on and live stream with us.
Okay. We appreciate it. Andrew, thank you.
Yeah. We know it's a busy day for you, so we'll let you go prepare. We're going to be back on here around 3 o'clock or so for another update.
Yep, around 3 o'clock Eastern time. We will see you then. Andrew, thank you. Thank you guys for watching.